let's discuss this with the American people.
Well, thank you very much, John, and thank you for taking this floor time for this debate, and thank you for the effort and the fight that you have led on making it in America, so that once again America makes things. Once again, America has a robust manufacturing economy, whether it's this iteration of manufacturing or the next iteration of manufacturing, that America remains competitive around the world in making it in America for sale around the rest of the world. Nothing could be more important to the sustaining our manufacturing base in this country, to sustaining our ability at innovation and growth, economic growth that takes place as a result of that innovation, than the education of our young men and women throughout this country. And nothing is more important to their well-being and their families, and this is proven out every year as we do studies, that years of college and college completion are very important to the economic security of that individual and the family that he or she may form later in life. It pays huge benefits for them to go to college, and that's why we've tried to make college affordable. Many of us are very upset with the cost of college, how the costs have gone have doubled in many ways across the states. But the fact of the matter is, while we're struggling with the issues of cost of college and trying to get the states to do more on behalf of their public institutions, the fact of the matter is we have to make sure that college remains affordable for young people. And that's why in 2007 we made a decision to lower the interest rates on student loans so that it will be more affordable for the students not only to go to college, but also then in paying back the debt that they incurred because of the subsidized student loans. And we made that effort, and we did it on a bipartisan basis at that time. And President Bush signed that legislation into law. And we put some of that money into deficit reduction and into reducing the interest rates. In 2010, we followed on with legislation proposed by President Obama and our committee and others to make sure that we could increase the Pell Grant, so those students in most need, those families in most need, would have the Pell Grant as an underpinning of making college more affordable. We continued with the subsidized student loans to make college more affordable. We went to an income-based repayment system so that a student that may be starting out in a good career but a bad entry-level pay scale as they begin that career will be able to pay back their student loan and also continue on with their life. And as they make more money, they pay more money. And it's very important so that they can choose a profession of their passion, not just the profession that yields the most money. Because many of our students, the minute they heard about this program, said, I can now be a nurse, I can be a public health assistant, I can be a prosecutor, I can be a public defender, what their passion was in life. They could be a teacher and now know that they could afford to pay back their student loans. And the interest rate is very important at this time as families and young people try to figure out what is their indebtedness going to be and how are they going to pay for college, especially at this time of the year when young people are getting their acceptance notice from universities and colleges all across the country. And now they sit around the kitchen table with their families and say, how are we going to afford this? What's the debt we are going to end up with? And it's an important procedure for families to go through as they think about this. But all of a sudden now we see that when the President submitted his budget, looking forward to July of this year, he asked that we continue to keep the interest rate at 3.4%. And that's very important. That's the choice that President Obama made. The choice that the Republicans made in the Ryan budget was to let it go to 6.8%. And in fact, there was a unanimous vote on the Republican side for the Ryan budget to let it go to 6.8%. We think that's wrong. We think that's unfortunate for families in the middle of this economic turmoil that we're coming out of in this country. But they need these assurances. We think that interest rate should stay at 3.8%. Of course, we want to pay for it. Just as we paid for it for the first 4 years, we want to pay for it again. We believe that that should come out of the unfair tax breaks that are extended to oil companies that cannot be justified when the price of oil is $104 a barrel. They get the tax break when it's $134 a barrel. They get it when it's $150 a barrel. We think that time has come and gone, that the oil companies can continue to pursue the quest for oil and the recovery, and we appreciate that. But the fact of the matter is, price alone provides them the basis on which to go out and seek out the hydrocarbons necessary for our economy and for the world economy at this time. So this is about choices. This is about choices. Do you believe the interest rate should be 3.4%, or do you believe it should be 6.8%? By unanimous